Well, we went on a bird. It's a bird, like, I don't know what the word is. A center of birding. The Mindo River Valley.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that was the last day.
We set up a bird tour.
The night before, unfortunately.
Yeah, so the night before, I was like, let's have a cup of tea. Let's all drink tea. And now, this is the other important thing to say, is that all week, the whole trip, leading up to the trip, you kept saying, whatever you do, don't drink water. You have to boil the water.
Yeah.
Make sure it goes to a boil.
And
It has to fully boil.
I kept going to drink the water, and then you'd be like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and slap it out of my hand. It was a lot of close calls.
I got my diarrhea from the toothbrush situation.
Yes. So Sarah got...
Water
So mine
bottle,
was
water
light.
bottle.
Mine was light.
Sarah got a little diarrhea from brushing her
but it
teeth.
was pretty intense.
And then...
That's just a couple drops.
A couple.
Touching your gums.
Yes, where I could hold it between my butt cheeks.
Yeah. And
Oof.
then you... Like she does with my cum.
Did you...
But farts were out of control.
Yeah, very farty.
Just very, yeah.
So then the second to
this
last...
is our last night?
Yeah, it must have been the last night there.
It was
Last night
kind of
there,
the
right.
last night
Okay.
because
Last
we were
night
driving back.
in Mindo.
In Mindo,
Yeah.
yes. So then I made a cup of tea. Now, I'm a tea cunt. And green tea, you're not supposed to bring it to a boil. It's supposed to be about 175 degrees. So I made sure...
So anyone listening out there, I get it. If you want your ideal temperature, bring it up to a boil, then down to 175.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Gay.
Not Joe.
So I was like, oh, no, turn it off. So then I drank a fucking mug of local water, and I started to feel a little bit. We went to bed. We brushed our teeth.
I think
we
I
said
did my
good night.
Zoom show.
I laid
You
down.
did a nice
I
comedy
did my little
show.
comedy show.
And before bed, I was like, I took a big shit that came on out of nowhere. I was like, that was weird. Oh, well. And then I laid down, went to bed, and like a movie, I felt it again, gurgling, and I just went, oh, man. I just remembered. I had a 16-ounce glass of tea.
You drank
glass of
straight
water.
diarrhea.
So much bacteria. They were just like, these whites are amazing. The horse is like, right?
I was fucking
Do locals not
annihilated.
drink, or do they get used to it?
They
Or
don't
you
drink it
all
either.
have to?
They don't
okay.
drink it either. There's water delivery
What's going
systems.
on in there? What's
They don't-
happening in
they
that
don't have
water?
clean water.
What is it, Flint?
Yeah. They don't have clean I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it pollution or is it just
They're
like
animals.
beavers?
Well, I've heard that with like even if you're
kidding.
surviving in the woods and you come across a stream that looks clean, you shouldn't drink it because there's also bacteria.
Beaver
in there.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only some. I remember in Alaska they were like, this one, yes, that one right next
I
to it.
think you have to
absolutely
drink
not.
groundwater in order to get
Because it
good
filters
wa-
it out.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we went on the bird thing. We set up the big bird thing, which we were excited about.
At 4 a.m.
Is that
Wow,
right?
Really?
It was so early.
Because we
I
had to
don't-
get there for sunrise because that's when the birds come out.
Yes.
And then we thought you made a fucking, or maybe we had
it
an
was like
observation
a
that
5-hour bird.
Chickens.
it still makes me laugh that we saw a bunch of chickens and roosters running around, and you're like, if you weren't familiar, you'd be like, oh my god,
Look at that giant bird.
that's the best bird.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's huge.
It's
It's
all
got
red.
this like neck thing.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's
That one
goblin.
screams. Oh my god.
But we're just like kicking them, being like, get out of here. We're trying to look at cool birds.
Beat it, dork bird.
We wanted the toucan,
Yes.
which is so funny because it's like toucan's cool and all, but is it really that? Are we like we?
It's got its own cereal.
It's we get it's a get.
It's a get.
Yeah, it's a get.
Oh, my cigar's coming.
But
apart.
once we saw the toucan, I think we were like,
This lady
we're
was
done.
This lady was so into birds.
She
We
loved
took
it.
her to the
Yeah,
tours.
there are people that are just.
We had binos. We had we were up there. She's like, we're gonna see all these
We
things.
also suspected she was a lesbian.
She was a lesbo. For sure. For sure.
I just love. We're like, what's it like being a lesbian in the middle of the cloud forest?
She was very, very dykey. And
We saw a guy in a tiny like town off a dirt road. We like out of gas. We're like, oh, we got to find gas. And went to a town of like 80 people. And somebody working the convenience store was so gay, like bleach blonde hair.
were we there for that?
No.
Oh, okay.
And it was like,
this.
what are you coming across a gay in a backwards town like that? And they're like, what do you listen to? It's like Gaga. We're like, okay. I'm like, I wonder if he even knows.
You're like, are you?
Are you the only gay?
Yeah. What's dating like for you out here?
Hoping a traveler comes through looking for gas. You get
Right.
fucked behind the.
My damn cigar's
But
coming apart.
I
knew
always
it.
thought it was we stopped our trip early and we dropped her off,
Maybe.
and she was like, "Well, I'm gonna just continue.
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
all right, we saw the toucan. We got to get going on the road.
She couldn't. Well, there was a language barrier too, and it was supposed to be like a 5-hour tour. We were like 45 minutes in, and I was at that point. I was shitting my pants. I had begun my.
You farted in front of her.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
No, Ari did. He ripped a huge.
Something one non-comic gets with
She
comics.
smiled. She's like, not you.
Like, is that a
She
bird call?
did the light, like, cool.
We saw the toucan.
We saw a few toucans. It was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And we looked at the
Toucans were great.
when we took photos through the telescope.
Yeah, she
which
had
was cool.
a cool viewfinder.
Yes, and we just released her so early.
We're like,
but
we're good. She goes, no, there's a little sparrow you got to see. We're like,
Does it have a colorful beak? Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to see. I don't give a
it's
shit about
migrating
black
right now.
birds.
It's only 1 week a year. You can get a fucking New York pigeon here.
Yeah, if it's not in a cereal box, I'm not interested, lady. And then I had to double back and shit in like the dirtiest shithole. It's like where the kids hid in Schindler's List, second Schindler's List reference. I shit on a kid's head.
Yeah.
And then I was like, guys, I'm fucked.
You were beat.
And we had like a 3-hour car ride back to wherever we were going.
That car ride was hard.
We're going to Quito, so we're doing that reverse of that. Right? You were flying out of
Yeah,
Quito,
we
not
were.
Guayaquil.
Yeah, and we also had to get a COVID test.
Yes, we had to go get tested to get
get
out
on
of the
plane.
country.
Yeah.
Yes, because we were about to do
And they
the
did
nice
have a
part of.
pretty decent system
Quito.
set up for getting those.
Yeah, that was
COVID
another thing
test.
of like you can. If it's not to your Anglo white aesthetic, you just assume it's shitty, but you're like, they were on time and it was run perfectly. It may have been concrete that was slightly wet,
But
it worked.
I was having
Getting
an
to it,
anxiety
though.
attack though because
And
it was like
efficient.
you gotta get it, and it was
And you're flying out
a
that
language
night?
barrier. I think
Or
we
the
were
next
flying
day?
out the next morning.
Yeah, thank God your friend was very fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, yeah.
I can do a little Spanish, but not enough to.
Yeah.
To explain it. But also, it's like, if this doesn't come, I have a flight. What if I don't get it? What
Yeah.
if it's not?
Right.
And they're like,
It was
chill, bro, chill.
unsettling trying to figure that out and navigate. And I had to shit my brains out every 30 seconds, and we went to 10 gas stations.
The drive back was so wild because it was like, hey, I got to stop at this gas station to shit. I'm like, oh, these aren't going to be a good one. I'm like, but I can get a coffee. Okay, sure. And then like,
It was every 10 minutes.
and then like, it was like, oh, God, wow, how was the shitting at the gas station? You're like, terrible. And then like, and then they don't have toilet paper. You got to flat. It's like, oh, they don't clean it. And then like 10 minutes later, you're like, hey, I know this is a joke, but I got to shit again. And
I
was
would
like,
get back
can
in
you
the car
imagine, right?
and be like, go to the next gas station.
I also remember your friend, because it's shitting and we're comics, that's all we could talk about, was like, is that all you guys talk about? And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's you,